Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My previous video was in the bathroom and I'm still in the bathroom. I'm actually sitting on the floor because this is a sit down and talk with you guys. I've been getting a lot of questions about how I got over postpartum or overcome postpartum depression because I gave birth. I have a 2-year-old. We're in February, so it is 2 years old and 3 months to be exact. I've expressed how postpartum depression affected me when I gave birth, after giving birth, and you know, the different symptoms and signs and what I was going through. So I'd spoken about that before. So now I've been getting questions, like persons have been emailing me and saying, hey, I watched your postpartum video and I'm experiencing it too, and I just want to know how you overcome, or what are some of the things that you did, you know, just to get through it. So to be honest, I am the best that I am now since then. It initially, like I said, a brief summary of what happened, what it was like for me. Initially it was crazy. Like when I started to see when I started to see the symptoms, the signs, like I didn't know what it was. It was crazy. I was like wondering, like, what the hell is this? Like, what am I going through? I had family and friends who pretty much went through the same thing, and they were the one who I had to reach out to help me, and I had to reach out to them to help me, you know, to tell me their experiences and to how I could get over it. Some of the signs for me, the anxiety. I had anxiety. The darkness would bother me. I will get really scared when it starts to get dark. I will feel more alive when there was sunlight, because you know, sunlight does something to you. Sunlight that brings, you know, just that sunlight just brightens you, just bring you brightness. So the sun was great for me. If I was in an enclosed building, hear that noise, it's the air. So enclosed buildings were crazy for me. Like my wigs felt like they were too tight on my head, even when they weren't. I didn't want to wear any wig. I just wanted to be free. I didn't want to be bothered with anything at all. Like any little thing would trigger me off. It wasn't that crazy where because some people have it to an extreme where they want to cause harm to the baby. It wasn't that crazy for me. Never. I wasn't sleeping initially, because for me as a new mom, all I could think about was, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. When the baby's sleeping, I gotta get this done, and I was not resting, and I needed to rest. So I was still thinking that I need to get stuff done even when I don't. So resting is very important. I was also very sad a lot, like for simple stuff, like any tragic stuff like I could think of that came to mind, like news and stuff. I don't want to watch those because those were all just sad stuff. Anything sad with sadness, I just didn't want to have it. For me, what I find that eventually once I started, and I read a lot about it. So once I started to read more on it and find out how different moms get through it, and find out how it affects different women, in fact, so I was able to tell how it's affecting me, and I was able to find ways to deal with it. So like I said, sunlight. So I didn't used to go outside. Going outside, I used to stay inside a lot. It was the winter time, so you know, you newborn, you're not gonna want to go outside. So I used to, like, you know, open up the house, you know, let the sun in, and I would like step outside for a little bit, like doing little stuff like that. I did stuff that, you know, just made me smile, make me happy, like stuff that, you know, would just bring joy and peace to me. I would try to partake in stuff like that. Sometimes there's stuff that I could not control, like anxiety. Sometimes you just can't control your anxiety, but I was able to, like, when I feel it, I was able to say, okay, this is what's happening. Deep breaths, count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And eventually I was just able to identify if I was gonna have a mini episodes or something. If something was gonna happen, I was able to identify it, and that is how I was able to overcome it for the most part, because I I was able to identify it, and that helped. So if you're able to identify the situation and identify what's happening, you're more able to pull yourself out of it. The more people you have around you, the more peace, joy, happiness, all of that, the more refreshing, positive stuff around you, the more of that you have will be the better for you. I can't tell you how soon you're going to overcome it, because again, everyone experiences different. And for me, based on what I've read, others have gone through worse than what I've gone through. So what I went through, to be honest, was nothing about what I've read about what some people go through. So it's just one of those things that happen to us women, you know, giving birth. Even sometimes I think about, like, oh my god, my son looks so lonely, like, should I or would I have another baby? I don't know. And the thought of postpartum depression alone, it is the first thing that I think about if I should think about having another child. It's the first thing I think about that discourages me. To be honest, I don't know if I want to, but that is in God's hand, to be honest. I'm gonna leave it there, and for the most part, just focus on you, the baby, and just things that will bring you joy, those things that will bring you happiness, just things that will bring you peace. And like, do anything that you enjoy doing, like do that, do a lot of that, do more stuff that, you know, will make you happy. Like, I remember I got one email, and one mom was saying like she was just so sad and she didn't know how to get over it. And it's true, like the feeling of sadness will just, you'll just be there and you'll be okay for 1 minute, you'll just be there and you'll be okay for 1 minute, and then one next minute you just start to feel real sad, and that's just what it does to you. It's not cool and it's not cute, and it's not a good feeling, but it happens. Like, it happens, and some of us actually is experiencing this and is going through this, and it's crazy. It's a crazy feeling, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but hey, it happens. It happens. And I just realized that you just gotta find ways of how you can get over it. And some of the activities that you could do as well, to be specific, you could go to the park, you could go to the mall. Even if you're not shopping, you don't necessarily have to shop to go to the mall. You could just go strolling, window shopping. You could, depending on where you live, depending on the weather, whatever it is, find activities that you would enjoy and just go out, and if you can, and enjoy those. Rest a lot. That is something that I did not do, and I learned the hard way. So rest a lot. Listen, depression, even though it's postpartum depression, it's no joke, it's not serious. It was very scary for me. It was so scary for me that I would move from one country to another. I would just get up and leave, just because you think that you're running away from it, but actually in actuality you can't, because it's still there. But sometimes if you change your environment as well, that can help. So changing your environment will help as well, depending on what it is, depending on where you are. So it has to do with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of factors to it, and there's a lot of stuff that you can do to help you. And if you're able to pinpoint, and if you're able to identify what is happening and how it affects you, then that is good, because then that means you will have upper hand and you will know how to control it. Those are my points. I just wanted to answer those questions on here for any other mom who might be out there who might be going through this and need, you know, just to hear from another mom what her experience was. If you have questions, feel free to ask, feel free to reach out. I'm here to give any pointers that I can. Moms, we have the biggest, we have the most, I can't even describe this job as a mom, because we're more than just a mom. It's a job. Yeah, it's not, and it's not just a job. It's a lifestyle. It's so many things. So, and it's one of the greatest thing ever in this world, in this life. And unfortunately it comes with stuff like this, but I love my bundle of joy. I love him. Like, every day I look at him and I look at him how he's growing, and I'm like, oh my god, remember when I just took him home from the hospital and he was so tiny? I'm like, oh my god, look at my baby. Like, He's all of 2, you guys. And I don't mean to cry, you guys, but he's my biggest blessing. And it's just so sad that we gotta go through these things, you know, when we give birth. Some people don't make it out of childbirth. And my delivery was crazy. And I had vaginal delivery. But he's my biggest blessings today, you guys. And I love him endlessly. He's amazing. And it's amazing just to see him grow and to see him find himself and to see his personality coming through and to see just to see his growth as a little boy. And he's so brilliant. He's so amazing, and he's so smart. Like, oh my god, I'm like, when I see him do stuff and say stuff, I ask myself, like, were you that smart at his age? Were you even that smart now? But you guys, I didn't mean to cry. That was just tears of joy. Okay, that's just a mom tears of joy. Okay, but yeah, moms, be strong. Be strong. They need us. These little ones need us. And we are the first school, we're their first outlet of learning. We have to teach them, you know, all the different stuff that this life has to offer. We have to prepare them for that. And that's one of our purpose, not just to carry them, but to prepare them for their future, for adulthood. And it's scary for me. It's scary because I know what it's like, and I know that he's growing and he's gonna start experiencing stuff that I experience in life, and I'm like, oh child, I wouldn't want him to go through half of what I go through. So our job is to make sure that they have the best childhood, the best growing up, the best life growing up. And I'm gonna stop blabbing now. But to all the new moms, congratulations. To all of us and moms, I lift my hats off to you. We are great. Okay, we are great. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Postpartum depression, we can do it. We can kick that. I am thankful that I'm not where I was 2 years ago when I just had him. After I had him, I am not there, and I'm thankful for where I'm at now. And again, I'm thankful for family. They have been helpful in different ways. Like, everyone has been helpful to me in different ways. And I mentioned my cousin in my last video, Tamara, and I'm going to mention her again because she helped me a lot with just pointers and inputs on postpartum depression when I had questions. And you guys, I thank you for watching. Thank you for checking out my channel. Thank you for just clicking on my channel, for whatever. So I do thank you. I do have some giveaways up on the channel. Feel free to enter them, you guys. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.